So, as if we do not have any other measles articles out there, among all the measles articles, we have another one, yet another one. The Scientology cruise ship quarantine for measles has set sail. Here's how the next port plans to handle it. So, this thing has really gotten out of control and it is all over the place to the point to where it is even in places that you would be taking a vacation or traveling. So here's the cruise ship here, pictured here. It is the Scientology cruise ship that has now been quarantined. So Scientology cruise ship that was quarantined in St. Lucia is now sailing for the Dutch Caribbean island Curacao. And so the Scientology cruise ship that was quarantined in St. Lucia is now sailing for the Dutch Caribbean island Curacao, and officials say that they're currently preparing for what's next. The vessel Free Winds is scheduled to arrive at its home port in Curacao on Saturday morning. Dr. Izzy Gerstenbluff, the national epidemiologist, or epidemiologist for the island of 160,000 people, tells the Times. So Free Winds set sail from St. Lucia on Thursday night, St. Lucia's officials say. So St. Lucia officials refused to allow the ship's crew and passengers to disembark, which means they want them to stay on the ship because of the measles outbreak. So when the ship arrived at the island on Tuesday, because the country had received reports that a few crew members were diagnosed with measles, St. Lucia's health department said in a statement, at the request of the ship's doctor, the island provided the vessel with 100 measles vaccines, so allowed the vessel. Although the vessel was placed under quarantine, St. Lucia officials said that the ship was permitted to leave at any time. So Gerstenbluff says that Curacao will consider permitting people who are immune to the disease to disembark in Curacao, which includes people who are vaccinated or have previously contracted the illness. So the infected passengers may have been contagious until Tuesday. So Gerstenbluff, so correct me if I'm wrong if I mispronounce that name, says the passengers without immunity will need to be monitored for 3 weeks until May the 21st. So the ship's doctor is compiling medical records for everyone aboard the ship. And Curacao and the other health agencies will evaluate the evidence when the vessel arrives on the island tomorrow. So tomorrow we will carry out our own assessment because people might say they've been vaccinated just to get off the ship. So Gerstenbluff says that while he does not consider measles to be a especially serious illness, Curacao will take steps to ensure that the virus does not spread intentionally. So this is more about our commitment to the international community to contain this, Jurenstein says. So we are very keen on, or Jurenstein Bluff says, so we're very keen on trying to limit the spread of this measles disease. Of course, so he adds that the health officials are also looking into the possibility that passengers or local people may have disembarked from the ship in Aruba or Curacao before it reached St. Lucia this week. So the vessel appears to belong to the Church of Scientology, which has not responded to requests for comment. Scientology leaders say that the church does not have an official position on vaccination. So the church's website emphasizes the harmful effects of drugs, toxins, and other chemicals that lodge in the body and create biochemical barrier to spiritual well-being. So as the number of children inoculated for the measles has fallen, the U.S. has been experiencing a growing number of outbreaks. As of April the 26th, there have been 704 measles cases in 22 states this year, so the greatest number of cases in the U.S. since 1994. Experts say that the anti-vaccination movement, which has often spread information that defies scientific consensus, has damaged public trust in a medical treatment that scientists overwhelmingly consider to be very safe and a highly effective way to protect people from disease. So, if you decide to go on a cruise ship, you might not want to go on this one, at least, until everything is all clear. But having said that, what's your thought and your feedback on this particular incident? This is yet another uh, situation where measles has stricken passengers on a cruise ship that is belonging to the Church of Scientology. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening.